This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Be advised that the views and opinions of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Welcome to our show, Heartbeat Live. I'm your host, Ray Orosa. Magkakapiling tayo dito ng halos isang oras. Pag-usapan natin, as usual, mga bagay na minsan nakakalimutan natin pero napakahalaga para sa ating bayan. Ngayong natapos ng eleksyon ng presidente at lahat ng iba pang mga nakaluklok sa pwesto sa ngayon, alam niyo meron na naman tayong election sa 2019, yung tinatawag nating by-election. In the meantime, maraming mga protesta na nangyayari sa mga resulta na pinagbibili ng COMELEC. At ang meron dyan, quite a few of them are questioning whether totoo ba ito o hindi. And I remember when we had lumabas sa dyaryo na inamin ng chairman ng COMELEC na 5 milyong boto raw ninakaw nila kay Duterte at binigay kay Rojas. But totoo ba yun o hindi? Although, as I said, yung impormasyon namin dito ay lumabas na rin sa dyaryo, siguro, meron sigurong katotohanan. Sabi nga nila kung saan merong usok, merong apoy. Di ba? Ngayon sa gabi pong ito, inanyayahan natin ang ating suki dito, who I have a great deal of respect for this man because he stands for the truth. And he will not compromise himself no matter what. Wala na pong iba kung hindi si Glenn Angchong. Si Glenn kasi taga-biliran yan. At dating naging congressman din. Pero ngayon, siya isang abogado at CPA at ang ginagawa niya ngayon, he is dedicating his time to police what's happening to every single election ngayon. So, I want to welcome Attorney Glenn to our program. Salamat, nakadalo ka.
Thank you, sir, for having me again back in your show.
Ang tanong kasi dito, balik na naman tayo, no?
Yes,
Tapos
opo.
na yung halalan. As a general backgrounder, I want to get your opinion. What do you think and how do you assess yung huling halalan for president? Was it a clean election? Of course, the COMELEC will always say it's clean. Wala silang ginawa kundi magmagaling at magmalinis. Pero ikaw, who know the system thoroughly, ano ang masasabi mo? At ito, personal opinion ito, no? We cannot bind anybody to your opinion, but sa akin, being an expert on the electoral system, and you've been watching this for quite a few times, and we've had him here in our program talking about it, ng weaknesses ng electoral system natin, ano ang assessment mo dun sa huling eleksyon na nangyari?
Well, sir, in the first place, when it comes to the president, maswerte lang talaga si presidente dahil he had so much buffer.
Masyadong malaki ang agwat.
Masyadong malaki yung agwat. But kung maliit lang yon, baka nadali. So,
Naalala ko nung panahon pa ni GMA, na mahanap yung iba na sinong tatakbong kalaban niya. Isa doon, isang bantog na political figure and businessman. Umayaw siya. Kanya niya pinakiusapan niya si Fernando po na tumakbo.
FPJ, yes.
Si FPJ. Kasi sabi niya, alam mo, sabi niya, pwede akong manalo by maybe 500,000 votes, 1 million votes kontra kay GMA. Pero, sabi niya, wala akong sagot sa pandaya.
Okay.
Noon pa, ang sinasabi nila, kasi ang advantage ng incumbent can translate to as much as 3 to 3.5 million votes. Ngayon, natalo sa Luzon si GMA. dinuktor sa Mindanao. Yun ang balita na sasagap natin, no? At doon sa Mindanao and some parts of the Visayas, naayos yun, nanalo doon si GMA by 4 million. Sapagkat lumampas, natalo siya dito sa Luzon by about 3.5. Kanya ganun, lumabas yun, panalo pa rin siya. Now, kung yun ay totoo, it is sometimes a proof na anumang klaseng eleksyon, mukhang pera lang talaga pwedeng bilhin.
Actually, sir, we have to make a distinction between manual elections and automated elections.
In
Kasi
spite, manual or automated.
Yeah, opo. Pero sa mano-mano kasing eleksyon, makikita mo kasi yung ginagawang dayaan eh. That's why it's visible because the mode of election is manual. The cheating would also have to be manual. And because it's manual, it's prone to discovery.
Okay.
So kaya naririnig
Mas
natin na
madaling
may dayaan.
mabisto.
Madaling mabisto. At pag na-report, it will reinforce our consciousness na meron ngang dayaan. But in the case of automated elections, which is actually worse, dahil hindi mo nakikita ang dayaang ginagawa.
At saka labas, mas madaling mandaya. Dahil walang nakakakita.
Mas madaling mandaya. It's easy. It's fast. It's walang masyadong maraming gagawin. All you need to do is control the servers.
Now, ikaw, binanggit mo yung malaki ang lamang ni Digong.
Yes.
Ni Duterte.
That's what I honestly believe.
Yun, okay,
Malaki
but-
talaga yung lamang ni
Bumaba
Presidente.
tayo.
Oo.
Doon naman sa iba. Ngayon, sa mga lokal, for example, ano ang take mo sa resulta ng lokal?
Okay. I believe na meron dayaan doon sa local elections using the regional hubs. Hindi ho ito alam ng karamihan. But 6 days po before the elections, gumawa ho si Executive Director Tolentino ng COMELEC. Siya ho yung Executive Director doon at siya din yung Project Management Office Director doon ng order na actually that's with the blessing of the COMELEC and Bank na gumawa ng regional hubs. 7 regional hubs.
Okay, bago nun, iisa lang ang regional hub.
No, isa lang talaga ang
Nararapat.
pinaka-central
Oo.
na kung saan nakalagay ang election management system kasi yung automated elections, 3 components 'yan. Yung VCM, yun yung nakikita natin sa presinto. Yung CCS or yung consolidation and canvassing system, yun yung nakikita natin sa mga munisipyo. At yung pangatlo is the election management system. It's a server that it's the heart and brain of the election system. So it produces the ballot facing, it produces the SD cards. So that whoever is in control of the EMS can make his own elections.
Okay.
So,
Wow, delikado yan.
yeah, it's very, very dangerous. So kaya nga, nilagay lang siya sa Santa Rosa, Laguna. Isang location lang yun. That's the memory configuration
Is
room.
that sufficient to handle the whole election?
Yes. That
Then-
is sufficient
okay.
to handle the entire elections.
Well, what
So-
is the reasoning behind creating 6 other
Wait,
regional
sir.
hubs?
Okay. All the SD cards, 92,509, were configured there. And then they were distributed to all the precincts across the country. Ito yung sabi niyang directive ng COMELEC. Kapag nasira yung SD card sa presinto, sa araw ng halalan, you don't bring it back to Santa Rosa because it will take time. Which, in fairness naman, totoo. So you will just bring it to the regional hubs closest to where the precinct is. So kaya gumawa sila ng 7 regional hubs.
Pero yung bang regional hub na yun, pare-pareho ang trabaho at kapangyarihan?
What happens actually is that they replicated the secured environment in Santa Rosa in 7 other different locations across the country. So kapag may nasirang
Hindi
SD
lang
card,
bahagi ng
they replicated. Kinopya nila.
Totally.
Dinuplicate nila. Yes. Instead of one secure location that makes up all the SD cards, they spread it out into 7 other different areas. So 8 na. Kasi merong memory configuration room sa Santa Rosa, merong 7 pa in all the rest of the country. So what will prevent a colluding BEI or a member of the Board of Election Inspector from saying that the SD card is defective. All they need to do is bring it to the regional hub. They download using the internet the files from Santa Rosa, which opens it also to hacking. So they download it and then put it in the SD card and then give it back to the precinct. In effect, yung 7 regional hubs, kung lalagyan mo ng Malisa doon, kung lalagyan mo ng Mandaraya doon, they can create their own
Ang daming
elections.
pagkakataong binigay mo
Yes.
para
You
sila
have
makapagdaya.
You have 7 different locations in which you can cheat.
Wow. But and you are telling me that those regional hubs were created only 6 days
6
before
days
the
before the
election,
elections.
with any announcement to anybody?
I think they give notice to the parties, but the parties were already in the thick of things, di ba? Nangangampanya ka na, this is the home stretch, di ba?
wala ka ng panahon.
Wala ka ng panahon. Maghahanap ka pa ng abogado para ilagay mo doon sa regional hub. And it appears that it was really designed to be that way.
Para wala nang
Para walang makapagbantay.
Okay.
And true enough, nobody was there watching.
Wala.
Oh, that's what I believe that localized cheating was committed there, but it does not also prevent them from cheating cheating on the national possessions, because the SD card, for all we know,
Pare-pareho.
pag configure mo na doon sa regional hubs and they give it back to the precinct, may laman na yon. So yung mga botante doon bumoboto,
Parang
props na lang
nababali,
sila.
wala na.
O props na lang sila doon. As in, bumoboto sila, but their votes will not be counted because there's already laman. So that, when finally, after the precinct close and prints the results, whatever is transmitted in the canvassing system and the results given out in the precinto will match.
Now, the question is, how many were returned to the regional hub because
Because they were defective.
oh,
That we do not know. Because the COMELEC would not disclose it.
ayaw naman nila i-disclose?
Ayaw nilang i-disclose.
Bakit nila hindi dinidisclose? They want to remain in control and accountable to no one.
They are actually virtually accountable to no one. As a matter of fact, nung kinalikot yung server ni Marlon Garcia, by the way, Marlon Garcia is no longer here. He's been transferred to Panama. Despite the fact na nag-promise si Chairman Bautista na hindi niya papaalisin ito because there's a pending complaint for violation of the anti-cybercrime law. Pending still before the Department of Justice. Pero pinayagan makaalis kasi nagpa-assign sa Panama. That's where the
Panama,
research
anong meron doon?
No, the Research and Development Center of Smartmatic is in Panama. So he's already out of reach of the Philippines.
But he can be brought back for sure.
That's for the company. That's for Smartmatic to surrender if they are like-minded.
So he's no longer in
He's no longer here. So, di ba, kinalikot niya yung server, doon sa transparency server. This was actually the second time he did it. He did it also in 2013. As a matter of fact, meron din kaming, ako one of the complainants against Marlon Garcia, still pending before the Department of Justice. We filed it in 2014.
Walang ginagawa ang
Walang
Department of
ginawa
Justice.
ang Secretary of Justice. At the time, si Laila De Lima yun.
Pero
Inupuan lang.
calling President Duterte, dapat siguro asikusuhin yan.
I hope-
And let these people
I hope the
be
current-
made accountable.
Yeah, I hope the current Secretary of Justice will really look into this matter because these are serious allegations.
Now, kung hindi kumilos dyan ang Department of Justice, anong ibig sabihin nun?
Baka Department of Injustice.
Aside from being a Department of Injustice, baka meron silang planong sila mismong gagamit.
That I am not prepared to accuse at this time.
Not yet. We do not know enough.
So, yes.
Okay.
We have no basis to
So,
charge them.
kung titingnan mo lahat yung mga nangyayaring yan, right now, we are facing a lot of protests.
Yes, marami po.
And one issue that has been troubling me is bakit nagsasabi ang COMELEC kami ang hahawak ng pagbibilang ng recount?
Okay.
Why are they insisting? Kanya nga nagpo-protesta at merong sinasabing maling nangyari. Pagkatapos ikaw rin ang gusto mo bumilang. Eh di pag binilang mo uli yan, hindi magiging tama ang bilang. How shall ang bilang to confirm what you announced before? Kasi kung ang finding mo iba ito, eh di ikaw ang mukhang tanga.
Yes.
Di ba?
We-
At
we-
mali.
We can't expect the COMELEC to shoot itself in the foot.
That's right. But before we go ahead, a few reminders. We will be right back po.